Let me end with this story, my dear friends. This is one of my favorite stories, real story, from another feast servant in another feast. There's this guy, a servant of the feast, pero bago siya, binago ni Lord dito sa feast. Itong lalaking ito, he had different vices. Nagumpisa, yosi-yosi, nung bata pa siya. Sinasawi siya ng magulang niya, ba't ka nag-yosi? Masama yan. Sabi niya, mga pakialaman ma, buhay ko to. Later on, napabarkada sa maling barkada, alak. Later on, yung yosi niya, nag-escalate, nag-i-improve, naging jutes, naging marijuana. And then later on, naging shabu. Nagkaroon siyang konting pera, naging cocaine. Naging ecstasy, iba-iba klaseng drugs. Naging drug addict. And you know what? Every single time na siya ay nalululong at nalululong sa droga, sa kanyang addiction, para bang palalim yung kanyang hukay. Parang binabaon niya yung sarili niya sa hukay. And being the parent, yung kanyang nanay, alam mo yung ginagawa? Sisitahin siya, iga-ground siya, ginawa ang lahat. It came to a point na itong anak niya, pinadala niya sa drug rehab. Pinadrug rehab niya, ginastos niya ng malaki. Nung akala nila okay na, bumalik. Pero nung napabarkada ulit, BSDU, balik sa dating ugali. And in fact, it got even worse. And so, the mother has tried everything that she can para lang matigil yung pagsira ng anak niya sa sarili niya dahil sa addiction niya sa droga. You know what happened? Nung hindi na alam nung nanay niya kung anong gagawin, sabi niya, anak, hindi ko na alam kung anong gagawin ko. The unthinkable happened. One day, habang yung anak niya tumitira ng shabu sa kanyang kwarto, pumasok yung nanay niya. Siya, wala na siyang pakialam, ma. Kumusta ka? Hi na hi. Alam mo ginawa ng nanay niya? Anak, akin na nga yan. Patikim nga. Dinampot ng nanay niya yung parapernalya niya. Sumingot ng shabu, ng droga. And for that entire few hours, sabay silang nagpakasabog, mag-ina. And it didn't just happen just once. It happened for the next day, and then the next week, and then the next month. Out of the mother's desperation, sabi niya, hindi ko na alam anong gagawin ko. Sabayan ko na lang magdroga yung anak ko. At alam mo, sinasabay niya yun. Hanggang sa dumating sa punto yung nanay niya, nasisira na rin yung ulo. Hindi na rin niya kung ano-ano na yung nakikita. But you know what? She did it. And then finally, one day, by God's grace, itong kapatid natin na ito na lalaki, natauhan siya. At sinabi niya, ano bang ginagawa ko sa buhay ko? Pati yung nanay ko nadamay na. Pati yung nanay ko na addict na. But you know what, my dear brothers and sisters? That rock bottom moment, nung sinamahan siya nung nanay niya, umihit-hit, nagpapakasabog. That was His great flood. That was God. That was God pointing His arrow and bow towards him, suffering with him and for him. And then it eventually changed his life. And then it eventually led him back to God. After that, my dear friends, this brother of ours, sa ibang feast, he went on serving the Lord, the music ministry, worship leading. Then a few years ago, finally God called him with him in heaven. And knowing his story will forever be God's reminder for all of us, for you and me, that in our sinfulness, oo, ang Diyos, hahayaan ka niya. Pero gagawa siya ng paraan. Na kahit napapahama ka niya, dahil sa sarili mong kagagawan, sasamahan ka pa rin niya at hahayaan niya ang sarili niya masaktan to suffer with you and me. My dear friends, that's Jesus loving you. Jesus on the cross is God submersing in the dark waters of sin in that great flood where He allowed the consequences of human evil, greed, and selfishness to overwhelm Him. But you know what happens? On the third day, Jesus makes it through the waters of chaos to reach the other side. He resurrected. He reverses the curse. Why? Because Jesus is the new ark. My dear friends, are you in deep sin right now? Are you in deep troubles right now? Are you in deep waters of flood and suffering and pain and discombobulation and anxiety right now? My dear friends, go to Jesus. Jesus is the new ark, and Jesus will be your safe place in this chaotic world. Jesus will suffer with you and for you. But here's the good news. In His resurrection, He will renew you and He will raise you up with Him. Kasama ka niya hanggang sa magbago ka. Kapatid, today, God is asking you, restart.